Good morning and welcome in everyone. Before we get into this morning's update, let's go over a quick overview of what's transpiring in the crypto market so far. We are back on to the trading week here, and in the stock market will open in about an hour and 50 minutes or so from now. We've got a thinly traded weekend that's passed us by. The crypto market held on over the weekend. We had a small downturn, but we recovered, and by Sunday night, we were able to, hang on a little bit here. There's been a few cryptocurrencies that did a little bit better than others over the weekend. I know ZBEC yesterday was up about 10%. Now today it's up a couple percent. But outside of that, we've been pretty flat. A lot of consolidation happening. But today, right now, Algo's up 4.4%. IOTA's up a couple percent. We've got XRP maintaining out near this $2.42 area. And it's been a pretty healthy hold here, at least over the weekend. We had a lot of descending wedges here that are trying to play out. And we back tested a lot of these. And I'm trying to narrow this out so it's easier to see my list, because some we don't talk about. But it's been pretty interesting to see the little reversal. T-Fuel today is up 20%, which is great to see. So that one's leading the charge as far as what we hold. But we'll look at that, and then we'll look at some of the other ones as well. So please make sure to hit that like button so that YouTube will recommend this update this morning. I would be greatly appreciative. I got to go take my son to school he's got to be to school by 8:20. So we'll have about 10 more minutes of this update, maybe 15. We've got gold making a new all-time high, up $46 this morning to $2,906. Commodities are going to do excellent today. Barrett Gold's up 3% in pre-market. B2 Gold's up about 2% in pre-market. First Majestic's up 3.7% in pre-market, and Fortuna's up 2.13% in pre-market. Silver's up 1.6%, up to $32.24. So it looks like we're going to have just a fantastic move in commodities here. We've been talking about the silent bull market in commodities, and it's actually unbelievably awesome because no one's talking about it, which leads me to believe that we're just getting going here. So commodities are making us just bank. So good morning, 7:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, February 10th, 2025. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So we see the volatility in the market today. Looks like good volatility so far. XRP, we've talked about this downtrending resistance support line that would be used as a neckline if this does form into some kind of inverse head and shoulders. We need to be on top of this to play up. And right now our technical move is right around $3.27. Our expectation was for it to move out right here. We did bounce earlier, so there is a possibility that it could come up a tiny bit higher. But because it's bouncing out in this area, I'm going to keep it just like it is. And we'll target that $3.27. And then if it gets on top of that, we can start looking a little bit higher. But the target it's higher than that on this descending wedge breakout. It's just the way that it's set up from where it broke out at. It did a sideways consolidation, so you could certainly do it from here like we had it before. Have yourself a little higher target, up to 342. But I still like the keeping this over here just because it's breaking up from this area. Now what we're trying to do is it's absolutely playing off this downtrending resistance support line. We're just on it right now. In current times, if we stay above $2.41.5, that would be that confirmation to push up to that $3.27 approximately. Maybe a little bit higher to 342. And then from there, we could start playing out of the higher pattern. We're in a broadening wedge, so we'd have to come all the way up near the $3. And time right now, $3.75 is the top of the broadening wedge. So that would put us up to an all-time high. So right now, we could be super volatile to the top side. This is what we wanted to see over the weekend. We wanted to see this hold, but now remember, Monday morning, USA is waking up. The East Coast is starting to trade in the Western Standard Time. is only 4:56 a.m. right now. So as we get near 9:30 a.m. when the stock market opens and the exchange traded funds can make some noise, that's when we're going to see exactly the direction this market's going to take this week. And I think it's pretty interesting. I mean, we know we've got to hold this area. We've got to hold this. And I consider this the big pivot point right now. If we can stay above this downtrending yellow line, that's basically the neckline of what's being formed right now. You want to hold the neckline and use that as an area of support. So I'm going to put this price label right about here. $2.41.3. As long as we hold that, we're going to be swinging volatilely to the top side. If we look at this just a little bit longer, we can see the broadening wedge. I think it's pretty clear. We formed this little bit of a descending wedge that we broke out of. And now we've got that neckline that I formed. Just that's your confirmation. You get above that, we're going to have a nice little rally. It's a roughly from where we're at right now. It's a pretty decent move. That's about a 34% move from where we're at right now, roughly. About 35%. So that's what we're teasing right now is about a 35% rally for XRP to come up to that $3.27. And then we go from there. But that is, in fact, what it seems like we're trying to build up here. So we'll continue to watch that, and I'll be transparent with the audience today and in regards to what's going on there. Bitcoin's up $764 this morning, or 0.75% to 97,241. Bitcoin, I feel like we talked all weekend about how it was still in this bullish consolidation. Still looks like it's a breakout of a symmetrical triangle within a broadening wedge. We created a cup and handle here, and this is actually just the handle consolidation, which is kind of funny. Or the extension out of the handle consolidation, I should say. But it created a short-term cup and handle. And the target from the longer cup and handle from the breakout of this pattern initially was 122,000 and some change. The target out of this cup and handle, breakout a symmetrical triangle, back test, and hold would be 122,171. So right in the exact same spot approximately as the initial breakout. So still looking for this. We got to get over 114,000. Get over in current times. Let's move this because it strangled all the way out here. If we get over this area, the target's 114,000. So we're still very much in play for what we're talking about. And I'm excited to see how this plays out. It's super exciting. There's been opportunities here. Expansion in portfolios and things like that. So that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. And then if Bitcoin, for whatever reason, rolled over, 74,981 would be the downward target. But as of right now, it's not looking for that downward target. We're looking for 114 and then 122,000. That's what I'm expecting. We'll see if it plays out. If not, there's no guarantees in the market, but that's what I'm anticipating. Just like I'm anticipating XRP to break out to that $3.27 area, possibly all the way to $3.41, and then we'll take it from there. Because I believe Wave 5 hasn't happened yet, and the technical target for XRP is all the way up there at $5.49 approximately. So we still got some work to do. Patience is going to be key. And then before I leave, I want to touch real quick on ZBEC. ZBEC had a nice day yesterday. We'll look at T-Fuel as well, but ZBEC, real quick, yesterday had about a 9%, 10% move. We had the target yesterday in the live, and that first area was that 0095. We hit the 0095, and this could be the start of something much, much bigger for ZBEC. If it breaks out of here, we'd be talking about the upper region here, which would be fantastic. We need to get over that 95 area, and we seem to be doing what we were talking about, the reversal back up. And even if bearish, I'm expecting this pushback up to 0014. There's a small chance that it breaks through and comes all the way down for an 80% drop first, but it's a small chance. I believe even if this is a bearish pennant, it's not filled yet. So I do expect it to come back up here, and that's the play that we've been playing off of. And then real quick, T-Fuel leading the way today up 24%. I'm so glad we have T-Fuel. We talked about it on these drops. We talked about the best opportunity where we waited for around that 4.3 cent area. You got a much better opportunity there. We seen it here at the end of August was the last time that it came down in these ranges. Then again, it hit down here on November. had a nice volatile breakout. Then it came all the way back down to 4.3 cents. And now it's had a nice reversal. And now if it plays true, the next resistance should be up near 10 cents. And then if we break out, we've got a huge volatile swing here. That's going to happen. I haven't put those targets out yet because we've got to get up here. But we're still looking. I know we've gone up 24% today so far after a little bit of a consolidation. But from where it's at right now, we've still got a better than 78% move to get to the top. That's why we talked about it being a 1x move on T-Fuel once it made that reversal. And now it looks like it's starting to make that reversal, and it's up about 24% today. So if you're a fan of T-Fuel, if you're a holder as I am, and you just bought it in the recent past like I have, I've only held it for about 5 to 7 days now, and it was because of the drop down here. And I was very transparent about buying it on the drop. So I hope some of you could have taken advantage of it. Up 25%. ZBCN, hope some of you could have taken advantage of that as well, as we discussed it on this drop all the way down to 00078 when we got involved. And we're looking pretty good now. T-Fuel's up better than 25% already since we bought. And now this is up 21% since we bought. So not looking too bad here. Not looking too bad as far as the reversals. We nailed them to the wall. I like seeing reversals happen where we're buying. And I think the rest of the market's going to follow here soon. At least it should. I don't think T-Fuel is just breaking out in ZBEC for no reason in the last day and a half. And then we have MXC I talked about. This is an IoT token. It's not very publicly talked about. It's only got 2.6 billion tokens for total supply, and 2.44 billion are already put in circulation. It's outside of this descending wedge, which I thought was an opportunity, especially if this is an inverse head and shoulders. Understanding that if it breaks down, you'd be coming down some ways. But it does look like it's getting ready for an overall reversal. So I just wanted to put that one out there because it's an IoT token. And I think it needs to be talked about when these are at the lowest of lows. And this was I bought this at the lowest of lows. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if we have to continue piling into it. But I'm XRP Future Millionaire. I hope this update found you well. I hope you're excited about the precious metals in the crypto space right now. A lot of optics out there, but as long as we stay ahead, we can't be confused. So make sure that like button, share this on social media. Don't forget to give thanks to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ on this Monday morning. Stay humble, show humility at all times, and remember in the comments, hashtag be better, do better in the comments, hashtag FUD Assassins, and remember, help one person each and every day, because if I don't do my part and you don't do your part, it's going to be a very tricky, very confusing, and a very exhausting time period. But if we do this together, we can do it right.